Hey Blue Rockers, welcome to BitShares Now. Connie Willis here, Crypto Connie here on Blue Rock Talk. And we've been doing our little series here called BitShares Now with the Godfather of BitShares, Stan Larimer. Stan, let's hear for Stan, everybody.
Yay!
Did I say it again right, Stan? Did I say Larimer?
Yeah, you got it perfect.
Okay, I'm kind of always hesitant when I say it. We've been trying, folks, to teach you how to get into the cryptocurrency world, some of the areas to go into, and of course, you're going to get a little biased opinion, a little bit from Stan, because he really wants to push the BitShares and the EOS and Steemian, different things like that, at least that he's been a part of. But he has also been very honest about the other coins out there as well, and to not be stupid, try to get some Bitcoins if you can, right? So, Stan, it's been great, because thank you very much for being a part of this. It's been really cool because I've been getting a lot of questions from other people asking, ask Stan this, ask Stan that. So this one is so over my head, thank goodness people are asking these questions so that you can answer this. And somebody had said, and that is somebody off of Steemian, who's been very kind to me, and they had said, hey, here's the one question everybody wants to know. So let me get it all out, and I need my little reader, so hold on, got my contacts in. What is the fiat paradigm, and how does one invest into any of these currencies easily?
Okay, well, the fiat paradigm is real simple. It's when something's not backed by anything. The government just says, this is the currency and you have to use it to pay your taxes. And, when the U.S. dollar went total fiat was maybe when Nixon closed the gold window in 1971. That's when he said, we're no longer going to redeem dollars for gold. They really hadn't been doing that since Roosevelt's time, really, when he took most of the gold back from the people and gave them paper. But Nixon broke the final link to it and made the U.S. dollar fiat. So the fiat paradigm is anytime a country, and I can't think of any major country that doesn't use fiat now, they just basically make it up and say, let it be so. That's sort of the Latin for fiat is, I hereby declare by fiat that this money is going to be legal tender, and it's going to be worth such and such.
Oh.
So, cryptocurrency is saying, well, if you got fiat, that's the power to declare fiat is a power to print more money, and if you keep printing more of something, there's more dollars chasing the same amount of goods and services, therefore the price of those services goes up. And so fiats always end in hyperinflation. And every decade some country out there's money supply blows up and people are wondering, when's the dollar going to blow up? I'd say probably 2018, but who knows? I've been predicting that for 10 years, and a lot of people have been saying the same thing. Irresponsible quantitative easing, money printing, is what always causes this to happen. And it's fundamentally unfair because when the Federal Reserve prints more money, they give it to their friends first, their banks and so on. The banks use it to go into the markets and buy up stocks. They get it before the inflationary effect takes place, and then the price goes up for everybody else, and makes it harder for people to buy in. Their paychecks are the last to get updated. And so the little guys get hurt, and the big guys benefit from printing money. That is the fiat paradigm.
Oh, well, how could they even do that? Because even me, who's clueless about all this kind of stuff and learning, I even know that's ridiculous. That's wrong. I mean, come on.
Henry Ford once said, if the American people knew how their money was produced, there would be a revolution by midnight. Okay? Oh. Everybody out there who's at all aware, going clear back to Andrew Jackson, who did his very best to to kill off the second bank of the United States, the second central bank. Thought he had it killed off till Woodrow Wilson came along, and in a sneaky maneuver in 2013, around Christmas Eve, or the 23rd of December, the bankers snuck it back in as a new central bank called the Federal Reserve, and backed it with an income tax for the very first time, basically taking and making the American people tax slaves that we are to this very day. So all of those dirty tricks done by the central banks have been going on, and all the people out there in the world who pay attention and don't sit at home at night and watch TV and take a disinterest in what's going on know this, and it's a well-known fact. But most people don't bother with that, aren't interested in that type of thing, and so it continues to go on because most people aren't interested in it.
Well, I know that's where we've gotten into trouble big time. So I want to just make sure that I asked exactly the question that the person had given me,
okay,
to make sure that I got the correct answer. How does one go about to move from the fiat paradigm and easily invest into any of these currencies?
Well, the process, the key word there is easily, I suppose.
I think you're right.
Certainly doable now. All kinds of different ways that you can go to different things. Coinbase is a simple example. Use your credit card and buy some Bitcoin. With your Bitcoin, you can go all kinds of different places and buy other digital currencies on different exchanges. And different companies who specialize in trying to make that easier. And, we're at the very beginning. Think about what the Model T was like. It was a huge improvement over having to take your horse and put it back in the barn at night and brush it down and feed it, and
walk over the bug.
Even if you're not going to go anywhere for a week, you still got to feed the horse every day. So you suddenly could park your Model T in the garage and not think about it until you want to drive it. But when you want to drive it, you still had to go out and, oh my gosh, the inner tube has gone flat in this tire, which only lasts 20 miles before I have to patch the inner tube again. And to get it started, I've got to go to the front and turn the crank. And, when I finally get it running after 5 minutes of messing around, I can go putt-putting down the road until I hit a pothole and blow out a tire again. And people are yelling at me, get a horse, the whole time I drive everywhere. Well, that's sort of where we are in this industry. Easy is what happens, and even when I was in my lifetime, just back in the 70s, our big excuse was, I'm sorry I'm late for work today, my car wouldn't start. When was the last time you had someone say, my car wouldn't start? Now cars stop at a red light and start again when you push on the gas pedal, right?
Yeah.
They've perfected that technology. They've made it easy. Well, digital currencies are at that early Model T stage. Maybe we're now getting some nice roadsters out there to drive along, but they still can be finicky here and there. And, that's just progress. But what we have got with digital currencies is, for the first time, we are not held hostages by governments and central banks who want to use the currencies that they produce as the exclusive way to control us, so that they can monitor everything we do, track all of our expenses, know who our business relationships are with, know everything about our private lives, and tell us what we can and can't do in ordinary economic relationships with other people. And so the whole system has been building up to where they can get to this one day when, poof, all of the cash no longer is valid. We've gone to totally electronic, so that when you don't do what they politically want you to do, they can turn off your life by simply saying, sorry, your bank account is frozen. And a lot of times they do it right now. You hear stories of it all the time of a person who's accused of something. We're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And instead, the first thing they do is seize all your bank accounts, all your computers, all your records, everything you've got, grab all that from you, and say, now, defend yourself. We've got an unlimited budget and you've got nothing. Okay, and that is the kind of abuse that digital currencies are intended to deal with, is to get that central control out of there and allow Stan and Connie to do commerce without any middleman. And it's not easy right now. Like the Model T isn't that easy to use, but we're making progress in that direction. So I could say, get a time machine and go 15 years into the future, and it'll be real easy to use, and everybody will be doing it, and you won't even think about it anymore. Yeah. But right now, to be an early adopter, you got to put up with the fact that, yeah, there's some tinkering around the edges.
I hope that answers your question with the fiat paradigm. I hope that we did a good job there for you. Hey, check the links below for anything that you need, especially referral links and to learn more. You are watching BitShares Now with Crypto Connie and Stan Larimer. Everybody, we'll talk to you soon here on Blue Rock Talk with Connie Willis. 3, 2, 1.